Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Nerd Show. Everything Nerd. Sorry. I am your host, Blaze the Crazy Batman Fanatic. I am back. As you can tell, it's part 2 of my views about Man of Steel. Now, just have to look at my notes here quick. The last time we left off, we talked about Superman killing Zod, the destruction of Metropolis, the lack of character development, the fact that Superman didn't save people, and that people didn't consider it a Superman movie, and Jonathan Kent telling Superman not to save him. I'm gonna go into more of the criticisms right here. Now, the first thing I'm going to address is one of the criticisms that people had was Superman, so much throwing down, so much action. And people criticized that it was too much action. Now, I do and I don't agree with this statement. Here's why, okay? One, when Superman Returns came out, one of the big criticisms was Superman, and it's actually been a criticism with all Superman movies. There is not a lot of throwdowns with Superman. Superman's not getting down and dirty. He's not beating the crap out of people. He's not getting in a fist fight with someone. And that was something that people criticized about. And now that we get it, it's getting complained about. I find that that's ridiculous. At the same time, there were a couple times where they went too over the top with it. But I'm not really going to complain about that. Now, another criticism is that the fact that Mom and Pa Kent were apparently, not giving Clark Kent the Boy Scout image and all the moral codes that he had when he was a kid growing up. Prime example, there's that infamous line that Pa Kent says to Superman when he saves the people on the bus, and he's lecturing him about how he did that and how he's supposed to keep his powers a secret. And Clark responds with, "Well, what was I supposed to do? Just let them die?" And he says, "Maybe." Now, this one's a tough one to call. I get where everyone's coming from it. At the same time, in a real world, which they're trying to put Superman in a real world, which I think this is a smart idea, are they actually going to, if you're trying to keep it a secret, what are you going to say to the kid? Now, granted that was a really terrible line of them saying that, oh, maybe you should let them die. That was a terrible line, but they should have done something different. Maybe if I would have wrote it, I wouldn't have said maybe. I would have just said, if it came back and Clark was like, well, what should I do? Just let them die? I would have said, no, but you should have covered it up better. You made yourself way too exposed. Cover it up better. A little bit of an easy solution. That's my opinion on that. But I can clearly see why that's a criticism. But at the same time, it's a really tough call to make on that sense because they're trying to be intelligent about it. Now, last one. Now, another criticism that has been it is all of the the Messiah, the Christ-like symbols in the movie. Now, if you think about what Superman is, oh, come on. Sorry, I just have a glitch in my computer right now that I'm trying to fix. Anyways, if you think about the Superman movies, it's all about the Messiah. Yeah, like they always portrayed Superman like a Christ-like figure. Let's talk about the story of Moses. Alright? If you think about Moses, the pharaohs were coming in to kill all the firstborn babies of the Jew of the I can't think of what they were, but anyways, they were coming in to kill the firstborn babies of that one in religion, and then so the mother sends her son Moses down the river, where she's picked up by the pharaoh's daughter, raised by the pharaoh, and then he becomes the savior, the leader of the people. Now, what's Superman? Sent from the dying planet Krypton, where he goes to Earth, lands on lands on where in the farm of the Kents, raised to be the savior of mankind, and he becomes the world leader, pretty much a god. And that's been in every Superman movie. They don't really advertise it as much, but it's in there, and it's a big part of the mythos of Superman. There you go. People say it's not a Superman movie. That's another thing right there. Honestly, I understand people's criticisms, but I think it gets too much criticisms, this movie. If you look deep down at it, it's a brilliant masterpiece. I don't understand why everyone criticizes it so much. If you really look at it, it is the true definition of a Superman movie. Which leads me to my next thing. People say it's too dark. It's not a Superman movie because it's dark. But here's the thing. Superman comics have gone dark before. Superman Red Sun was a prime example of that. And not only that, not just Superman Red Sun. If you look at other, comics that he's crossed over with. Okay, Dark Knight Returns. Plain and simple. That was a dark, that was a really dark Batman comic. And Superman was portrayed as an asshole in that one. And he was, in a lot of ways, the villain. It just shows that Superman can be involved in dark stories when done right. And Injustice Gods Among Us. Another one. Which I think that Batman vs. Superman, even though they don't advertise it, I think it's heavily influenced a lot by Injustice Gods Among Us. Now, the idea of Superman going bad, tough call. But, that's my point. You can put Superman in a dark movie without having to change his character. Correction, they did that a little bit for Injustice Gods Among Us, but that was pretty much him going crazy. And if everyone who knows Injustice Gods Among Us, would you go crazy too? Think about it. The Joker convinces you, manipulates you into accidentally killing your wife, who's carrying your son, and in the process, killing millions of other people. And if there's someone like Superman, you're pretty much vulnerable. Because that was the biggest tragedy in his life. A guy like Batman, you kill someone of his that's close to him, he's so used to it that he's got so much self-control not to go that other step. Superman is a different story. How many real big tragic deaths has he had due to his villains in his life? I can't really think of any. I can think of, Paul Kent died, but that's about it. Anyways, stay tuned for my next video, because my next video that will be coming up, I'm going to review and compare both of the Captain America Civil War trailer and the new Batman vs. Superman trailer that's coming out tonight, and that's going away. And so, just stay tuned for that. I'm Blaze, the crazy Batman fanatic, and this is episode 2, part 2 of Man of Steel: What is Right and What is Wrong.